So I'm going to take a minute each week and walk you through what you can expect in this week. So under Course Essentials, if your areas are closed, you simply click on it and you'll see that week will pop up. It provides, it allows you to open and close things and not have to scroll for the death scroll. Each week is organized similarly, and we do that across all of our courses to allow you to spend more time on the content and less time trying to figure out the organization and structure of the courses. You'll want to start each week by clicking on the week's overview. And in the future, the video for that week will be in the overview. The week will have an introduction. It'll share the objectives and the activities. The activities also are aligned to the learning objectives. So this week, I'm asking you to take care of the pre-class prior to course starting. So hopefully you've already done that. You'll notice that they'll have a task. So this week there's an online lecture that you'll be reviewing the material. I ask you to do this, to do the reading and any of the kind of input by Wednesday, because the output, what you'll be required to do, will always be a discussion forum that will be due on Thursday by 11, and then any of the responses and other assignments will be due that Sunday. For this week, we have a summary forum and a critical issues forum, as well as an initial research. And I'll go into that a little more detail. The readings and resources will also be posted under the lecture. This week's lecture is on how critical issues shape our education, so you'll want to take a peek at that. This week, there's a short video, a couple one-page, two-pagers that really kind of how to make sense, how to approach the different types of research that you'll be asked to do, and then some resources on actual policy. You'll also notice that, again, I put down how to access feedback both for your forums and how to submit assignments and how to receive feedback on your assignments. The activities will always be listed under the resources, and that's how this course is set up, so you can kind of separate the two. This week we have, as I mentioned before, the summary discussion. That's an individual assignment. The other two assignments are CA, they're collaborative assignments. The summative, most weeks you'll have a summary forum which asks you to really synthesize those points that you felt were really most relevant for you in terms of the reading, the resources, and to answer prompts if provided, and to make sure that you end your essay with a critical question. And really think about, what is a critical question? Something that people can extend and refine the conversation, so it's not an obvious question. That helps really engage our learning community in a forum. So the prompts this week are provided for you. It also is an option to branch off into other topics related to this week, the big ideas. You'll respond to two others posts after the initial posts are due on Thursday at 11 with comments, resources, questions, shared experiences. Be sure to reference your work and the resources you're using both in your initial prompt and in your response if you use resources in your response. But you definitely will need to in your initial post, which you'll see in the rubric how the grade is broken down. So do make sure that I always start by looking at what's expected and look at the rubric prior to jumping into the assignment. The last two assignments are collaborative assignments that you'll be working with in your collaboration learning groups. So if you're an early childhood concentration person, you'll be working with folks in early childhood. If you're working in the adult ed sector, you'll be working with folks in the adult ed sector. This is a chance to get really connected to your particular concentration and really look at an issue that's impacting your practice. So for basically for this assignment, you'll want to follow the directions as stated, but I wanted to really highlight one, to use the resources that are in red. They're all links that will support you, everything from examples on how to write the references, which is part of the directions. You'll see a grading guide for support, so this is actually how you'll be graded, and as well as an example of the assignment. And lastly, the other collaborative with the same folks you'll be working with, and that is to really identify one research issue, one, position, a critical issue or a problem that your group's going to choose to work on for the next 7 or 6.5 weeks, that you kind of look at from different perspectives. You'll be conducting research on. You'll be really, kind of exploring. So it's not a life commitment. It's about a 6-week commitment, and you'll have a chance to work together on this. There's examples again. I always believe an example's worth 1,000 words. There's the grading rubric, and then reminding you how to submit and how to access the assignment. So that's a brief overview for week 1. I'm excited to kind of see where everyone takes this, what issues you decide to dig into, and I look forward to our conversations. Have a great week.